of Codename Bears 229 Grand Finals. Let's get things underway.
3, 2, 1, go!
Starting off, both these guys. Actually, Juice resorting to that Greninja. Surprised not noting the seriousness of this match and not going Falco instead, but probably wants a feel-out match to see what Enzo is bringing to the table. Pokemon Stadium 2 being the pick and just commanding the stage so far, Enzo, but very quick to respond and quick to put out the damage is Juice, but damage is pretty much Joker's best friend at some points because, again, Arsene comes out based on the damage output, not if it's multi-hit or anything like that, but it is based off of the damage that he gets put on him. And again, that back air approach, a little different from what we saw Juice go against Spearow. He seemed to go for more nair and fair approaches, but the back air, trying to get the full length to keep Joker at bay, and it is working out for him this time around. Enzo was a wise on it on stage, but any sort of disadvantage either off stage or disadvantage on, and Juice seems to be helming it with that back air very, very solidly. I'm quick to judge, though, because Joker do have back airs of their own, but a quick shout-out of the gun. And Juice says, nah, that's the first time and the last time you're going to use that option against me. .117 on. Arsene just a hair's breadth away from showing up. Either looking for a hit or Joker can kill on his own at this point, but Arsene will be gracing us with his presence, whether you like it or not. And the Aegon, but actually Juice looking to claim the stock. Very ballsy up smash, but again, commanding the stage with Arsene, looking for a reflect, not finding it. And they did give Juice a little bit of room. But he was fumbling off stage a little bit. That did give Joker and Enzo enough time to get back there. And again, the back and forth, and again, gun! But this time using it on stage. You have to have a lot more precision to get that bullet hit. Enzo seems that shown that he's a true marksman. And again, that challenge of the back air that we saw before from Juice just puts Enzo on the opposite side. Disadvantage, trying to space out a little mental game there from Juice, but it's not paying off for him. And patience from Enzo. Looking for a back air confirmed, not finding anything. Dash attack on stage will make it 2-2, but an incredible amount of damage put on from Juice. Will leave Enzo reeling on how he's going to bring this round back, and it is slipping away ever faster as another stock claim gives Juice the advantage yet again. And another up throw this time, and able to get a drag down. Can't get the up tilt afterward, but good double up air. Footstool, but he has, you know, Joker has that tether. Again, that back air, that leading back air. Maybe Enzo is trying to pick up on it. But again, the speed of Greninja makes this a very even game in respect to that. The beefy up airs with Arsene at his back will provide enough damage to make this relatively closer, but it is a far cry for Enzo to bring this back. Especially the patience, and again, utilizing that might be something of its benefit. We haven't seen a whole lot of Rebel's Guard or Tetrakarn or Makarakarn. We saw one attempt and it was a flub, but other than that, not a whole lot. Great drag down fair, or up air rather, into down smash, and great in there as well, forcing out Hydro Pump, and great call out with the back air edge guard. Very surprisingly forcing Juice on final stock. And Joker, being the combo fiend that he is without Arsene, puts 47 on 49, and with the bleed of Aha, chalk up a little bit more. But sitting pretty no, he has surpassed the 100%. Patience from Juice, not finding the right reaction time to get that read off that fair from Enzo's get up option. Downward guns, gotta be careful with that, because that could be a simple shield into forward smash, I think relatively quickly for Greninja. But landing for Greninja, another thing. Not to Juice's benefit, but to his disadvantage. And speaking of disadvantage, seems that Greninja's having a hard time to land. Finally does with a very wild up smash that did give Juice enough time to land. A simple tilt again will force Greninja out to the right in there. Forces him up on that platform, then up into the air. back on mid. Not going to take from mid. Little chip to get out that second jump. But with the Arsene back, all this work that Juice had put on, he doesn't want it to go to waste. He wants that momentum to get that first win. But with Arsene at his back, great read on that roll. Enzo just turning around, and another one just slipped the carpet out from Juice's legs. And Enzo, surprising everyone but himself, will take that first round.
I didn't drive it today, but I drove it like the past 2 times.
Start the battle. Joker.
Round 2, and really the only thing to consider here if it's either Greninja or Falco from Juice. He's going to try at least one more time, though, from the look of it. And I can't imagine them going to any other stage. Maybe Animal Crossing. No, they are resorting back to Pokemon Stadium. And finally, the back air that he was so pursuing and not finding any mark with before led to a very early combo, already chalking up nearly 50 damage. But again, the speed of Joker can go toe-to-toe with Greninja, and almost quick to respond, but great cutoff with the fair. Enzo, again, finding the A-Hot to make that damage differential just a little bit more not widespread. But Enzo just finding it so hard. And again, these not really wild options, but unexpected options from Juice. Not what Enzo was expecting at all, and a fair call-out yet again off that ledge get-up. We'll give Juice the advantage in terms of stocks. Ooh, he went down really low. I was really questioning if that tether was going to help him. Up tilt, sliding up tilt into another up air, but the beef of his father, essentially. Well, if you bring your father to a fight, you better bring your own father. I don't think Greninja has any. Again, Aegon this again. And again, now resorting to that defensive and passive, patient gameplay. Knowing that with Arsene, he just wants to chew that bar down, whether by just getting the hits himself because of the recent patch or just waiting it out entirely. Again, that was a down tilt in the drag down up air. Very nice conversion. But again, we are on 2 stocks apiece because of the that down air to up smash from the Arsene back Joker. And because we're 10% even here, or 10% difference rather, now even farther. Look for a Trump back air, not finding it. Great DI out to avoid that. Enzo probably didn't think he was going to DI out as much. Because DIing out when you have Arsene with a Trump back air option is ill-advised. But again, just the precise amount of DI to keep Greninja safe and keep it again 10 now. I want to say 18? Quick math, it's really hard, especially after a night like tonight. Again, the Shadow Sneak going to send Enzo out far out to the left. Grant Juice enough time to get back, but again, a quick tilt. Great read, or great reaction time. It was absolutely reaction time for Enzo. He's still trying to find those trumps. But Juice providing the quick option this time around. We'll get back. Great drag down into jab block. Something I've either barely or never seen from a Joker. But as quick and impressive as that was, we are on final stocks for this round 2 very, very quickly. Juice, again, just saying impressive in his mind, but again, he knows what's at stake. He's not lingering on anything in his mind too much. Damage put on, Arsene out, but 64. Either he waits or he hits him a little bit. Seems to be at least feigning confrontation here, as he did get an Aegon put on. Juice actually being a lot more aggressive, more so than we saw last time that Enzo had Arsene. But now he's resorting to that far away, knowing that it's just whittling down at this point. There's barely anything in the tanks. And as Arsene evaporates away, Enzo again in dire straits, but we did see what happened with that round 1. He was in dire straits before, and he was able to pull it out. Great weight from that counter attempt. We saw that earlier on with the bullets. So again, to pull that out as a very wild card option, that was the first time we saw it in this round. I like the option from Juice, but Enzo all over that. And almost all over the Greninja with a forward smash attempt, but not finding purchase. And again, that challenging fair, again, so much mileage for Juice. It put him in grand finals tonight. It helped him on loser's side. Now it's a question of whether he's going to lead with that extensive back air or that very quick and strong forward air. Tried to go with the forward air that time, but beating out with the up air, the multi-hit, not coming out in time to beat out the up air. Back air. Oh, just barely touching that blast zone.
Well, on to the next trial.
And Matt Mercer says, on to the next trial. That's true. Enzo being unshaken, and again, knowing that he would claim that set. And again, surprising everyone but himself. He knows that he has to keep this reputation up as PR #1. But Juice, he has been the ever-present king of both Smash 4 and up until this PR, Smash 5. And we're seeing a tag switch here. We might see the ZSS. Yes, we will. Juice only switching tags whenever he has to swap the ZSS, usually. So it's a whole new ball game. So even more so than I said, the unexpected nature of Juice can come out at any point. It is compounded on now that he's resorting to the ZSS. Very fast characters that he has in his pocket, both Greninja, Falco, and ZSS. So you have to know his reaction time is on point. His skill is on point to benefit off that reaction time. But we will see if it is enough to get the 3-win swing here in order to force the reset. Or will it be a 3-0, an early night for us here, and it will be a crown lying in wait for Enzo? Again, a lot more aggressive, able to utilize those fairs a lot more, questioning it because he knew it's both a multi-hit and he gained the multi-hit nature of the fair for losing the, I guess, the power of Greninja's forward air. So he's able to pursue with it a lot more because of the multi-hit. He wants to get both hits in so he can pressure a lot more with them. And, you know, ZSS is next to Bankai. I mean, they go back and forth. It's probably the most practiced ZSSs in the area, so Juice knows what he's doing. And so far, benefiting from him. He knew he had to get the damage on, but again, you bully Joker long enough, and he's just going to call his dad to help him out in those dire straits. And if he put enough damage on you, almost every time it is curtains for a stock. Again, the challenging nature of Juice ever present. He was able to get that stock claim with the back air of his own, but again, early stocks tell somewhat of the same story as Enzo finally gets a commanding piece of the momentum in this round 3. Trying to lead in with fair a lot. Yeah, not start using that what you call it? Forward special more. There you go. Jesus. Had a little bit of a senior moment. Up close, you can do, you know, combos all you want, but you want to space out the Joker as much as possible. I mean, even with Arsene included. Ooh, my God, that pullback. Actually, that pullback was a really nice little feign for Juice. Thinking he was going to land on platform, so Enzo threw out the up smash ready and waiting for it. But Juice able to control it just a little bit more. And again, that raw back air going so deep as well to challenge a tether option. And again, that jump get up off that ledge. The times I've noted it really made it worthy of attention. And so far, those moments have been pretty much benefiting Juice every time. And now he's in the lead. He can play a lot more of that spacing game that ZSS has as well. She can aggress with combos up close. She can find those marks just like that. And the stunner, looking for not a flip, but a fall off hop back air. And the flip that time off that ledge. No, it is not over yet as JDL shares my sentiments. Juice finally chalks one up for himself. And the starts of that 3-round swing have just settled down here. Again, me wanting to sleep wants me to end this quickly. Me being a Philadelphia resident wants me to see this reset round for sure. Well, we'll see which of the two happens here. We'll get one step closer to the reset, or it'll be all said and done here tonight. For this round 4, we'll find out here. Down tilt, surprising option, not full utilized, but that does give Enzo a little bit of movement in. Town and City, interesting pick here. I want to say both these characters benefit from the side kill options. For as much as we've seen Juice try to go in with that fair and bear, I mean, the Joker does the same, especially his smash options when without Arsene. It's usually down smash off of a drag down up tilt, or up air rather. So, I mean, the only thing I could see having a benefit being really for Juice, because the one time we saw that Arsene backed down air to up smash from Enzo, it was because of Pokemon Stadium. But now that we're at Town and City, it's going to be astronomically harder for him to get that. I mean, it could be all hearsay. I could be just, talking out of my second mouth, because we might not see it at all. But so far, these guys have done just insane amounts of damage, and the kill options are going to start to come out here. Again, patience from Enzo knowing that. Great pop of the Rebel's Guard, even if it just did slow down his descent just a tiny bit. It would have fed Arsene, but Arsene is here, and then, again, that down tilt just gives Enzo the starting advantage here. And again, that tried and true back air this time around for ZSS and Juice will even things up with no extra credit done onto that ZSS. Playing a lot more hop and aerial gameplay than the second stock site from what I see in these early neutral zone interactions. A lot of hop, nair, and down air from Enzo. And again, from ZSS, we kind of expected it with the fair and back air. And again, not a whole lot of the side B, as I brought up before. I mean, Juice is obviously the one to decide when to use it and when not to, as he's the most comfortable with ZSS, and he knows what's comfortable in the situation against Enzo. But I really think that it would prove to be very difficult for Enzo to get around. Speaking of difficult to get around, Town and City not going to hinder that stock claim, because they were both in the air. Again, that aerial nature of these second stocks sort of led to that stock claim. 62, and again, Juice trying to just chew out that Rebellion's guard with time, Rebellion's gauge rather, with time. But did eat a hefty 90 damage. Arsene gone, tether too far out. And that will very quickly put Enzo on final stock, but the damage has been done. Joker doesn't need a whole lot, especially if Enzo is starting to play that close to ledge gameplay. But again, ZSS doesn't have to approach that. Great little set of up airs from Juice, though, on those platforms, or with that platform assist. But again, so long as Enzo plays that close gameplay, drag down, down smash, as I said before, and that will be it for tonight. The start of the turnaround was there, but Enzo just shutting that down entirely. Shutting us down entirely. He is going to win Codename Bears 229. Again, shout outs to both these players. Amazing seal case. And I mean, it's Joker. He's on the top of the character matchups and the character charts for a reason. So for Juice to even get a round off that was, you know, really well done. But again, Enzo going to claim that round, that set, that win, that victory for Codename Bears 229. And I want to thank our commentators for tonight. It was Twananite, Lex Steele, Bonkai, Malarsin, I hope I pronounced that correct, and Avocado holding down the fort. Mini Boss was behind stream here, but I was joining you guys for losers and grand finals. Thank you guys for watching, either on YouTube, Bros_Calamity, both on YouTube and on Twitch. Again, if you're watching on YouTube, come check us out on Fridays. See down there in the corner, 3 South York Road, Hatboro, PA, right near the Warminster stop. And again, thank you guys for watching. That is going to be it for us tonight. See you guys next week for another Codename Bears.